Hello everyone, Simon here. Welcome to the Wales of Wall Street channel. Please, first of all, subscribe if you have not done so already and click that notification bell to make sure you get all the awesome notifications when we drop new videos. Today we are going to go straight into two projects here of Decentraland and Sandbox. I'm coupling these two together. They're quite similar in terms of their usability and everything like that. And I will do that moving forward. I have done a full-on intro video to Decentraland recently. I'll drop that link at the end of this video or into the description as well. But Sandbox is one that I will have a video going live perhaps towards the end of this week. So without further ado, let's go straight into the charts of these two, and then we will look at also some information around the projects of some mini updates throughout the last week or so. So Decentraland, i.e. Mana, which you can find on a couple of different exchanges. I'm using the Binance one here for the portfolio. At the moment, as you can see, we are starting to see a good little development onto the upside. We are not, of course, yet near back in those April prices, which were very significant, up to that sort of $1.60 mark. This kind of exploded out of nowhere, actually, by the way, guys, because I think when I started purchasing Mana back in February, I think we were quite low on the sort of 12-13 cents. I wasn't early enough, as most of you guys out there, I'm sure, have maybe invested in even longer than I have. But I was very impressed with the growth pattern of the Mana token. And actually, at the beginning, I kind of understood what the project was, but I didn't know as much as I do now. And you know, I'm very excited about Decentraland and what it can offer from not just the gaming experience, but also everything around it, the commercial side, the advertising side, NFTs especially, which we'll go on to in a minute, actually, because there have been a couple of announcements on that element as well. So back to the price point at the moment, we're just sitting at 87 cents currently as a recording. So not too far off that dollar mark. Oddly enough, the dollar mark is the next step up, but I do believe we need to test this 87 cent mark for a tad just before we decide whether we're going to go on to the upside or the downside again. Because to me, my opinion, we've tested that 68 to 70 cent mark a fair few times over the last couple of weeks, as well as, of course, a month ago as well, which was rejected. We bounced back down here, not quite as far as the previous drops, but I'm seeing good stability. I'm seeing positivity, and you know, this area is really of interest. It would be very interesting in the next couple of days to see if we rise up a bit more. But in this particular token, I will say, yes, of course, there's always some market influence in general, as of course Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then they go into the alts. These kind of altcoins tend to pump last out of the whole cycle. However, I do believe strongly that projects like Mana and Sand are very much focused on announcements and in-game activity and things like that influence the price as well. So there's a real-time method and real-time experience of fluctuation in these prices as well, of course. So we're in a good sort of buying position, or people are buying still at the moment. I would be cautious in the sense that the line is widening up slightly, but it may come back together again on the MACD, which would insinuate that we might have a bit of a level off over this next few days or week period. As I mentioned, just test this level, and then there might be some more announcements or whatever in terms of influence of the market, pushing that up to test the next level. Let's see how it develops. On the RSI, which I've got set as 14 days at the moment, there is still plenty of room for growth in this project moving forward into the next couple of weeks. And we have had strong positive greens here on the weekly, monthly, 3 monthly, not so much the 6 month, but certainly for the year today, we are very much accelerating this fantastic project and token. So let's see how we go. As I said, I'll do another video on this towards the end of next week. The end of this week, when we look at Sand, and we'll compare the two, and we'll also do a bit more of a comparison with price predictions and things like that as well. On that note, let's go into Sand. Sand, for those that don't know, is quite similar to Decentraland. We are very much around using the tokenomics to purchase in-game aspects, get involved with purchasing of land, streaming, etc., rewards, and so on and so forth, which we will go into massive detail on towards the end of this week. Even the dog agrees with that. So we are tracing just over that 60 cent mark. We're hitting the 65. We did get a bit of rejection up at the 73, 74 cent mark. We are not yet at the high levels of the 87 to 88 cents that we had a few months ago, but wow, we are edging closer and closer over this last month or two period. And it's again another very strong project related to things that happen within game activity, as well as organic growth within the market traditionally as well. But currently, I would just be cautious of this one in the sense that it is fairly level. Of course, on the RSI, it's pretty much slap bang in the middle. So we're at this kind of limbo moment where if you look at the historic data over the last month or so, we have had a bit of a kind of downward pattern for Sand. But like I said, it's all about the initiation of gaming activity, in particular with these kind of projects. So don't get too busy on the hype videos and things like this. It's very much doing your own research, looking into what the game actually is, and keeping an eye on rumors and announcements of in-game activity. Don't get lost in these videos of, oh, we're predicting this price. They don't really go, a lot of them don't go into the fundamentals of the project, like why is it what it is, which will hopefully have many answers for you towards the end of the week when we launch that video. So I would like us to test a bit more that 75 cents, but like I said, we're sort of edging towards this middle part here, so it's very much undecided. But let's see where we are at the end of the week, and we can recap that for you guys absolutely 100%. So let's go into the projects themselves. So I won't go into massive detail of Decentraland. I've got the previous video, which I said I will add to the end of this video, but very, very top line, a very cool virtual world where you have your own avatar, you can be who you want, do what you want, essentially within reason. But it's all around, buying in-game things, NFTs, you have your own buildings, houses, whatever you want to do in this world. Think of it like Minecraft, but a bit more kind of real looking, if you want to make that. Well, they don't look real, they look like avatars, but you know what I mean. Rather than bricks, you actually have some kind of tone to yourself or whatever. So this really is a cool, awesome game, awesome project, awesome opportunities, fantastic partnerships, like things like recently Atari, for example, opening a casino within the virtual land, which is really cool, or arcades. But I do recommend just keeping an eye on their Twitter account for any updates coming up and things like this. Crypto fashion, so creating physical products, then creating NFT digital versions that you can buy or sell within the games. Quite recently as well, things like I thought this was quite cool, Canna Comics, so very much related, as I mentioned in the previous video, Decentraland. That whole kind of, when you go to gaming events and you see like esports and comics and film all put together, this is kind of the sort of thing that I was kind of getting to. So the Adoption IO is really cool. Sci-fi comic book based on blockchain technology and crypto technology is really, really cool. These guys are basically creating an NFT gallery within the metaverse that you can go along to, purchase items, this and the other. But of course, when it comes to NFTs, there are applications out there and blockchain technology out there that are trying to enhance this NFT application, kind of like when I mentioned recently about Ready Player One, the film, where you're in the game, you see an item, you purchase the item virtually, so you get to keep that, of course, in your showrooms or wherever you want to put them, but you also get the physical one. So imagine going into like these virtual worlds in your spare time, whatever, and you go and walking around, you go, oh, that's a really cool comic, I'm going to buy it, and then you get a physical copy like the next couple of days or something. That's the sort of mentality, is you can live the two worlds and still have the two same things virtually and physically as well. That's a bit further down the line, I'm sure. Not too far, but it is further down the line. but that kind of really cool thing going on. So keeping up, I look out for all the updates that come from Decentraland. They're very, very good on social media, very much keeping their platforms up to date as much as possible. And it's the same for Sandbox as well. So this, I would actually say, is more like Minecraft kind of thing. It's a bit more blocky kind of aspect to it. I'm sure they'll improve that as servers and things build. But yeah, becoming landowners, you can have your own sort of itemized markets. I mean, there's all sorts in here that you can buy with sand, whether it be accessories or music, art, whatever you want to think about in terms of NFTs, or bits and pieces for your own land as well, horse and carts, etc. Random. I definitely have a soccer goal. I definitely have a goal for football, as we call it over here. That'd be really smart. So again, keep an eye out for their Twitter page as well. We will drop the video towards the end of this week, but again, very much activated, in my opinion, these two tokens around actual activities within the games. It could be things like giveaways, it could be things like new NFT drops, things like this. So that's why I say do your own research on both of them. But also, if you are an avid fan of social media or gaming and things like this, is really one to look out for, and keep an eye on their Twitter accounts all the time, as much as you can, with notifications, etc. Because that's when you hear the rumors, that's usually when the price starts jumping in these situations. And then of course, when the news drops, you get the FOMO in, and then of course you can take advantage of the trades. Nothing of this, of course, is financial advice, but that is how the game works for these kind of projects, for sure. So get involved in these in terms of playing as well. I haven't got either yet. I am planning to try and get a Decentraland account set up soon, but these are such cool projects, great streaming opportunities. So in terms of awareness and application, there are multiple streamers out there using the Sandbox game, multiple views, and of course the tokenomics of sand being used here for buying, selling things. That is how this is going to increase in price eventually as tokens get burned and more people are using the game, and more people getting involved in things like NFT purchases and land ownership, etc. So I just wanted to throw those two out for you guys. Please do check out our other videos. Let us know in the comments below if you hold any mana or sand, or you want any extra information on either of the projects that we haven't covered in either previous videos or the ones upcoming. Do keep us informed with your thoughts. We are here to help you guys understand the market more, to understand these projects more, and learn with you guys as well, because I always find something. Someone the other day recommended to cover a project. I did it. I thought I knew mostly about it, and I was finding out things left, right and center that I had no idea, and it just contributes to the content and hopefully engages with you guys more, because we do really appreciate comments. We reply to all of them, and we love everything that you guys tell us and talk to us about when it comes to crypto, blockchain, and awesome NFTs, etc. So do check out the other videos, as I said, and please do subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already, and please do like the video as well, because that really helps us too, and we really want to get to 500 subscribers, and then we can have a mini party with you guys and do some kind of awesome giveaway, and then when we get to 1,000 we'll do the live stream. But until then, guys, I hope you found this informative, and we will see you and mana and sand on the moon. Take care. Mana and sand to the moon.